As predicted, the veil has dropped with Rampage and he's shown his true colours yesterday, attacking Syko Stu. He's lucky I wasn't there or things could have been much worse. Raja should have got this guy arrested. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention that clickbait and racism is the root cause of everything that happened in there. Alright. So we're going to have a look at that, and we're going to have a look at a huge update in terms of the investigation into Rampage Jackson and why he hasn't been arrested yet. Before we get into it, if you can do me a favour, if you're new here and you like what I'm doing, maybe hit like, subscribe and share. And if you want to support the channel, you can jump over to my Patreon. Every little helps, keeps the show on the road. Cheers. Best place to start is with Rampage's statement. He broke his silence. What silence? All he's been doing is streaming and talking dribble for the last week. This has gone too far. I'm sick of being quiet and letting all the low IQ people fall for clickbait. Boom. Let's stop it right there. The only person who has exemplified any sort of low IQ is Rampage. Hate saying it. I know a lot of people like him, but a lot of people are actually seeing what's behind the curtain now in terms of the low IQ and the absolute brutal attempt at being a father, and look at what you've produced. So there we go. There's a low IQ clickbait take for you. Yes, my son took things too far and I'm pissed for him for being a piece of shit, the way he handled it. But if Syko Stu wasn't drunk and wouldn't have hit my son over the head with a real beer can while he was live streaming on his own stream, then Knox wouldn't have felt like they had to make things right by letting Raja get it back in the ring. In terms of the beer can being real or fake, I don't know. Loads of people right off the jump were saying that this was a fake beer can. What was all the kerfuffle about? To be honest with you, the environment backstage in terms of people hanging out drinking beers before going on stage has to be called out as well. I know that rpmma did it the other day and he even included himself in it. So yes, bullshit environment. People are taking heat for saying that the promotion might be at blame. Listen, let's be realistic here. This Raja dude shouldn't have been left in. I guess Mano thought that there was going to be an opportunity for a business endeavor to happen with Kick or live streaming and all that, and the whole thing just got completely out of hand. None of that excuses what transpired, but I think that this particular statement from Rampage is an attempt to justify shit. If my son would have went to the police when the beer can incident happened, then the whole event could have gotten shut down and he could have gotten sued. But no, my son is not as smart as I'd like him to be. Now my family and I are getting racist threats because all the misinformation being posted so content creators can get paid from viewers. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? First of all, you destroy him again with one sentence, which you have done over and over again on camera. No wonder the kid is volatile as hell. You make him out to be an absolute retard and you just attack his personality and his mentality and his IQ over and over again. Then you talk about racism and misinformation and clickbaits. Chill out, bro. You're all over the shop. People actually think my son snuck into the ring in front of a live audience and picked Syko Stu up without permission to be there. Get smart, people. It was staged. But Raja took it too far. He only shook hands and accepted Syko Stu's drunken apology because they said he could get away with it in the storyline. He was told he could fuck him up. I have a witness that says this isn't the first time this Syko Stu has done some drunk shit backstage to a fan. Now we have a backstory that my son attacked an innocent military vet with PTSD, like my son knew everything about the man who came up to him from behind and hit him, then asked to sell it. I have other kids to protect and I don't take kindly to threats. I'm not scared of prison or dying for my kids, and calling me names won't hurt my feelings. My son should face the consequences for going too far. He knows better. That's why he didn't tell me anything about the storyline. Oh man, he knows better here now for not going too far. He didn't know better 5 minutes ago. You do anything to protect your kids. I'm gonna die for my kids. I'll go to prison for my kids. How about you just treat your kid normally and not like a piece of shit, and he wouldn't have ended up acting like this. You gotta hold up your hands and stop playing the victim, because there is a serious amount of what transpired in that ring with Raja attacking Syko Stu that you're to blame for. 100%. Before he jumped into that ring, it was the live streamers on Kick and it was you slagging him and making him out to be gay because he was hanging out with wrestlers in tights.
Yo, did you get jumped by a bunch of dudes in tights? You said what? On your stream, you was hugging on a dude in some damn tights. Man, shut the fuck up. Man, you shut the fuck up. I looked at your stream, nigga, you were hugging on some dude in some booty shorts. I wasn't fucking hugging on nobody. I saw you, nigga. I saw you hugging on your coach. You need to stop that shit. No, I don't got no sexual. Not around a bunch of dudes with some damn the pro wrestling show.
Exactly. Watch. My dad can't never call me a bitch. Straight up, bro. tired of everybody fucking playing with me and shit. Think I'm always playing and shit. Call me bitch and shit. Not no fucking bitch, bro. At the end of the day, I'ma stand up for my fucking self because I'm tired of everybody playing with me, bro. Real shit.
Here's a very interesting bit. Syko Stu is lucky that I wasn't there when he hit my son over the head with a beer can the day after he got concussion from sparring the day before. That was well written. I wouldn't have cared if a bunch of pro wrestlers would have jumped me. I'm a father first. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Let's all learn a lesson. Keep your damn hands to yourself. And if you get paid to do fake fighting, don't disrespect people who do that shit for real. Now I put myself in this shit. DM me now. Fighting words from old Rampage here. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Apparently that's what Syko Stu did when he engaged with Raja. Are you fucking for real? Are you actually serious? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. You're lucky that I wasn't there. You should have been arrested. Now we're all getting racist threats. Dude, you are the embodiment of a victim. That's it. Pathetic. Absolutely sick and pathetic. Hold up your hands, bro, and say, you know what? I'm a disgraceful father because all I care about doing is running after 18-year-old fucking tarts. That's what you should be saying. I'm more interested in chasing ass than I am looking after my kids. So don't pop up with this bullshit about I'll go to prison or I'll do anything for my kids. How about you treat them right and be an actual father instead of a piece of shit? So Rampage's new statement or his post over on Instagram, whatever way you want to talk about it, it's bullshit. It's victim consciousness. It's exactly what you'd expect from someone like Rampage. Pathetic. I want to talk about this one because it's really interesting in terms of Rampage Jackson's investigation escalates as state authorities take over. The investigation into Rampage Jackson's brutal in-ring attack on wrestler Syko Stu has escalated as state authorities are now set to take over the case from the LAPD, with sources indicating a prison sentence is likely. It's very hard to verify this because sources are indicating this, that and the other. But if this is true, then we will see the state picking up the slack of the LAPD. All you got to do is look up what the LAPD do in terms of a daily basis and their lack of power to arrest criminals. Pretty much the same across the world, to be honest with you. But if you make a mean tweet about Raja or what Rampage and his ilk perceive to be a mean tweet or a threat, then you can be certain that the LAPD will be kicking in your door arresting you, the same way they do here in Europe. But if you're a feral animal criminal like Raja and a lot more like him over in LA, then you get a pass. You get a nice district attorney or a governor or general politician that is a complete left-wing ideologue that thinks that yes, you're a victim, we know that you're a victim, so you get a pass. And people talk about race having nothing to do with it. Really? Speaking to the Masters of Wrestling podcast, Doug the Epic Malo revealed a significant shift in the case's jurisdiction. Citing a detective friend, Malo explained that the state is stepping in due to the overwhelming evidence and the slow pace of the initial LAPD investigation. I talked to a detective friend of mine and he told me the process of everything and how bad they dragged their feet, especially the LAPD. Malo stated, but he's saying that because of all the evidence, the state is going to pick it up. I've already talked to a detective who's on the case, so it's not like he's not going to jail. I think we can take a couple of elements from that statement. One is that anecdotally he was speaking to a detective friend and he told him that the LAPD dragged their feet. Of course, go look up the videos, as I said, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is. You see the LAPD refusing to arrest criminals for theft, for burglary, for serious crimes on the street. Absolutely gross behaviour. But that's what we have to live in this crazy ideological world right now. And the second, more interesting part of that statement is that Doug says that he is talking to a detective who is actively working on the case, and he has been told that in fact it has been handed over to state authorities. People are talking about why hasn't Raja been arrested. We know that the police were there, and we know that there's a verified active investigation happening by the LAPD, even though it's very slow. I know there's a lot of information to intake, and to be honest with you, if we're coming from a white-pilled side of this fence, then maybe they're working really hard to make sure that when they arrest him, they doesn't get off on some bullshit technicality. That's giving the benefit of the doubt to the LAPD, but really, I think because of the history and exactly what they're doing over in that state, and many like it, I think that they're dragging their feet and the state authorities are taking over. So he's going to prison. 100%. And if he doesn't, I don't know what we can say. He doesn't seem to be showing any sort of remorse whatsoever. He's accepting offers to go and appear in other wrestling events. We covered that in another video. You can go look at that one. Rampage is literally accepting no blame in this whole scenario. He's pointing the finger at Stu, saying, if I was there, you would have gotten a worse beating, and I'll go to prison for my kids. And if Raja wasn't so fucking dumb, you would have gotten arrested and sued for illegally attacking him with a beer can whilst drunk. So again, you can have as many UFC legends come out and back Rampage's corner, but at the end of the day, when the door is closed and no one's listening and they're not frightened of being cancelled or having Rampage come after you, they're all saying the same thing. You're pathetic, bro. You're absolutely pathetic, and we're all going to be very interested to see what happens when Raja goes down. Let me know your thoughts down below if any of that made sense, and maybe hit like, subscribe and share. Cheers.